Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes, it's clear.
Very good. Now, this is the test of last term tests. I'm reading the same. I'm going to have exactly the same. Notice the first one, question one here. I said define with some detail the following terms, and I say don't write more than 8 lines for each. 4 marks. Second, number 2, read the passages below and then write a paragraph for each that includes the following. First, I say number 1, offer a thesis or topic sentence indicating a basic observation or assertion about the passage. So you have a passage and you have immediately to think of this passage and to write about it in a commentary, like in a commentary or like analysis of this passage. Again, the passage is from the texts we have studied, the short stories, the fables, the parables, anything, the texts that we have studied. The texts that we have studied. So the first thing you have to think is, what is this passage really about? And you have to give me a topic sentence, I say. Topic sentence or a thesis statement indicating a basic observation, meaning you really should know exactly that this passage is about, for example, hatred or about courage. So you put the word or the theme or the idea in your first topic sentence of your commentary. And then I say number 2, offer a context for the passage without offering too much summary. Offer a context for the passage. You should say, well, this passage is taken from the short story Cat in the Rain, where the wife was doing this and this and that, and where the man was doing this and this, and the reaction is about the woman or the man or whatever. So here, that's what I mean, the context. You have to refer to the context, to the story, to the whole story. Don't summarize the story to me. Don't say all the story to me. Do not re-narrate the story. Do not re-narrate the plot. That's what I'm saying. Not. Notice, without offering too much summary. Too much. Okay, a little bit of summary. Yes, I need to know that the story is about Cat in the Rain, about this and that, and the man is this and the woman is this, and that's enough. And then you go on to talk about the passage itself. I say again, cite the passage using correct format. I mean, you say that this passage is quoted from the short story Cat in the Rain by the American writer Ernest Hemingway, full stop. This passage is narrated by for example, the first person narrator or the second person narrator, and so on. Okay, so here, what I mean, then follow the passage with some combination of the following elements. Discuss what happens in the passage and why it is significant to the text as a whole. You say this passage is about Matilda, for example. This passage is about the wife who is blah, blah, blah. So you have to analyze exactly the passage is talking about the wife. So give me more analysis, elaboration about the wife. That's what I mean here. Again, I say consider what is said, particularly, subtleties of the imagery and the ideas expressed. You can say that this passage expresses very clearly in a clear language, in a difficult language, in a metaphorical language, blah, 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 the ideas in which, for example, the word means this and the term means this. So you have to focus on the exact wordings and the exact language used in the passage. So I want you to comment on the exact language and the style of the passage. That's what I mean here about what is said, particularly subtleties of the imagery and ideas or expressed. How subtle, how clear, how intelligent, how strong the language was, if it was strong. And if it was not, say both. in any way. So I want your own commentary about it. Again, I say assess how it is read. Do you read this in a sad way, or in a miserable way, in a clear way, comical way, serious way? Do you find the writer laughing or ironical or sarcastic or comical, and so on? So that's what I mean here. Notice, considering how the word choice, the ordering of ideas, sentence structure, etc., contribute to the meaning of the passage. And again, the last bit, explain what it means, trying your analysis of the passage back, tying, not trying, tying your passage, your analysis of the passage back to the significance of the text as a whole. So this will make a good paragraph. You begin with a topic sentence, and then you move on in this way. Here, I'm trying to tell you how exactly to analyze the passage. And I give you here an example. Look at this. I gave this last year to your friends last term, I mean. When it's day with thee, my friend, it is night with me. Yet even then I speak to the noontide that dances upon the hills and the purple shadow that steals its way across the valley. Who's speaking here? Quickly.
Gibran, Khalil Gibran.
Very good. Yes, yeah, Hanin. Gibran, absolutely. So it's not enough to say Gibran. You have, as I said, you have your book with you. I mean, when you say Gibran and this from the text, this is nothing new to me because you have the text. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Don't expect me to give you the mark when you say, well, this passage is said by Gibran and it's by his short story called My Friend. If you say this, only say this, you'll get a 0 because you didn't say anything, because you have the book with you anyway. You understand?
Yes.
Do you understand, my boys and girls? Yeah. So this is the idea. Yeah?
So what do we have to say?
Well, you have to say, I'm saying number 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. I said, that's not enough, I'm saying. I'm saying it's not enough. You have to say that this is from Gibran, and you have to say from his parable or short text or fable or parable. I would say parable called My Friend. Yeah, of course you have to say that. Because that's what I'm saying. Cite the passage number 3. Cite the passage correctly, isn't it? Do you understand? I'm saying this because last time students only wrote to me, this passage is from Khalil Gibran by his short story or by his parable, My Friend. And they failed. Because you did not give me anything new, because you have the text with you. Isn't it? Huh? You understand?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we have 2 people missing here today. Still 2 people, I think. Yeah, maybe Suha and somebody else. Yeah, because, really, this is the main thing I want you to say. And the last question really is, and yeah, I'm going to share this with you again. Yeah, question 3, look at it here. In about 2 to 3 paragraphs, write about the meanings and implications of point of view. This is my last year exam or my last term exam for my students in the last term. 2 to 3 paragraphs, which means it's not an essay. It is not an essay. It is not an essay. It's in paragraphs. 2 to 3 paragraphs. If you write 4, no problem. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1 is not acceptable. I say at least 2, 3, 4 paragraphs. No problem. And here I say the meanings and implications of point of view. Again, you say, well, doctor, we have the book again with us. Yeah, I know. But I don't expect you to copy from the book, word for word. I want your own analysis, your own rephrasing, your own explanation of what is point of view, what is a narrator, what is narration. Okay? And that's it. That's the exam. Okay? Any question about the exam? Questions? Okay, so, yeah? Somebody? Anybody?
Doctor?
Yeah?
The second question, should we write it as a paragraph or we write one, this is the answer?
No, as a paragraph. I say as a paragraph. That's what I said, topic sentence. But in this paragraph, all these elements should be clear. Sentence after a sentence in a well-organized paragraph, in a well-written paragraph. I say well-written paragraph. Notice I said, write a paragraph. Write a paragraph. It's clear. Write a paragraph. Okay?
Okay, doctor.
Yeah, good. Now, any question? Right, let's go back to our story. And as I said, the exam will be like today, and will include everything we do today and next lecture. So Monday's or Sunday's lecture will be included also in the test. So here to conclude our story with Hemingway, really, as I said, the story is about this young wife who is feeling absolutely lonely, isolated, neglected, dejected, rejected, and strongly, if you like, angry about the fact that she is not feeling whatsoever as any other wives or any other woman or family with kids, because here the whole idea of trying to have to say I want a kitty, and I want a cat, and so on, really is very symbolical, meaning I want a child. I want to be like any other people in a real normal sense, because here when she was saying, I want to eat at the table with my own silver, and I want candles, and if I want it to be spring, and I want to brush my hair out in front of a mirror, and I want a kitty, and I want some new clothes. All this really symbolical, silver and candle and, table and, to sit like a wife, to have people sitting, visiting them like a normal family. Some people think here that she's a childish. Well, she's not childish here when she's saying like a child, I want a kitty and I want candles and I want new clothes. She's not childish. She wants to be normal woman, normal housewife, a wife in a house with people visiting, as for example, with kids in a house, because that's the normal house, the normal family with children, and that's why here she said, I want to eat at a table with people, no, not with me only. I want people, my children, to be with me, my mom and dad, your mom and dad, everybody else, like a family. I want a family. That's what I said, my own silver, and I want candles. The candles here, really symbolical to means to have parties, to have celebrations for our kids, for our children later. And when she said, I wanted to be spring and I want to brush my hair out, spring means to live in a very good life. Spring means like today, for example, March and April and May are in many cultures, the springtime, when people really enjoy life in a good way, revival of life, meaning, again, symbolically, to have children, for God's sake. That's what my hair and my mirror and my kitty and my new clothes and so on. Some people said, well, this is here, the wife is acting like a child. Do you think so?
I don't think so.
I mean, this is my feeling. I don't know if it's up to you to accept or not to accept, but really this is the idea that some people really thought that this is like, a childish behavior, a childish demand that she wants all what she's saying here. I want this and I want this and so on. So, that's, as I say, the whole thing is symbolical. Again, when husband said, oh, shut up and get something to read, George said he was reading again. This is absolutely the climax here of the story. The climax of the story, when George completely did not understand her. George is completely absent, not physically, and not even his mind is absent, but he is absolutely careless and he has no idea what she's saying. He couldn't believe her. He does not even believe her. He's not even listening. When he said, oh, shut up, we don't say, oh, shut up to our wives, just, when they are saying things like being very serious or something like, as important as this may be, for a wife like that. You'd say, oh, shut up and get something to read. What? Read? Why? Are we in a library? Are we students? Are we in a lecture? Are we in a class? Where are we? Shut up and get something to read. Are we in a honeymoon? Are we in a visiting place? Are we here enjoying our life or enjoying our time? Are we here in a library, in a bookshop, in a class, in a university, in a school? What? Come on, get something to read. Why? Am I here to read? His wife was looking out of the window. It was quite dark now and still raining in the palm trees. Yeah. Any comments on this?
Yes, she returned to the beginning of the story when she found the cat. She was looking through the window. Then now she went back to the window to look out the window.
Yeah, I know, but what does it mean symbolically?
The distance from her husband George.
George.
Her way to solve things
Her?
with her husband. Her way to solve things with her husband.
And,
To get
and
from
yeah, but
and
is
not
this,
discuss.
but is this a good resolution?
She
No,
wants to satisfy herself.
She wants to what?
She's searching for a way to satisfy herself. So, like from the outside world. So she went to the window and
And
she
is
started
this,
looking through.
what is she going to get out of the darkness there? Why the word darkness and rain?
The feelings that she felt when her husband ignored her and told her to shut up and read something.
Yeah, it's really here. Yeah, any comments? Any more comments?
I think that the weather is symbolized for her mood.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Really here, yeah, it's dark, yeah, it's rain, but really symbolically, it means absolute misery. Absolute misery and anger. She is angry. She is sad. She is miserable. And she's going to do something. She can't tolerate it. She can't wait anymore. She's thinking and looking out into the darkness and saying, come on, what am I going to do with this man? What am I going to do with this man? Is he going to treat me like this all the time? Come on, man. And she was really thinking and thinking and thinking deep into the air, into the darkness, as if to say, am I going to live in misery and darkness all the time, or I'm going to do something else? Maybe I will ask for a divorce. This man is a terrible man. I'm not going to stay with him anymore. Rain and darkness, misery, rain, isolation, loneliness, loss, desolation, anger, despair, really despair, and even contempt to the man himself, really. And look what she said. Anyway, I want a cat. I want a cat. I want a cat now. If I can't have long hair or any fun, I can have a cat. Wallah, la, 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 la. Huh? Do you think this sentence explains her what I said? If he does not change his mind, if this man does not change his mind, I'm going to leave him. I'm going to divorce him. Ask for a divorce. And that's what she said. I want a cat now. What? Now? Now? Where is the cat now? Isn't it? I want a cat. I want a cat. I want a cat now. Yeah, where are the boys? Yeah, I have two boys already here, Muhammad and Ali, and Ahmed, sorry. Ahmed, are you here?
Yes, Doctor.
Ahmed, ah, hello? Hello?
Yes, Mister.
Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, I think she's acting weird to get his to get her husband's attention.
Yeah. Yeah. Bufaina,
Yes, doctor.
is she weird? He said. Is she weird?
I don't think she is weird, but because she can't find another solution, so she's trying to express her feelings, like, but in a hard way.
Yeah, in an angry way, really, in a like a tempestuous way, in an angry, tempestuous, maybe in a rage, maybe in sort of psychologically, showing her anger. Yeah, as I said, really, this is her reaction, really, in a maybe very dramatic reaction to say, I want a cat, I want a cat, I want a cat now. The whole thing is symbolical. Either you are a man and treat me like a wife, or that's it. Goodbye. Goodbye. And look to the symbolism after this. George was not listening. You see, he was not listening. He was reading his book. His wife looked out of the window where the light had come on in the square. So now we have a little bit of light. Originally we had, it was dark. She said darkness, dark, quite dark and draining. But now there is a little bit of light where the light had come on in the square. So maybe there is a little bit of hope, but could be a false hope. Where is it? Someone knocked at the door. Avante, George said. He looked up from his book. In the doorway stood the maid. She had a big tortoise-shell cat pressed tight against her and swung down against her body. Excuse me, she said. The padrone asked me to bring this for the signora. What's this? Yeah? Notice the symbolism and the light and the hope, but here it's a false hope, a false light, because here the hotel keeper sent her a false cat because she was saying, I want a cat, I want a cat, and I want a cat. I'm not saying that the hotel keeper or anybody heard her saying she wants a cat. But since she went down into the rain to get the cat and she did not find it, the hotel keeper, being a nice man and me being a good owner of a hotel, he wanted to please his client, and he brought, or he sent her, a tortoise-shell cat, which is an artificial cat, a plastic cat, or a cat made of stone, a stone cat, a tortoise-shell cat. You know tortoise? It's like, the kind of turtle. You know tortoise? It's this.
Yes.
Yeah. So he said a tortoise shell means a cat made out of the shell of the tortoise. Because remember, tortoises have shells, very, very hard body. They would be wearing, here you say shell, but it's like, it's the house, or I don't know, the walls, or the body of the tortoise. But so the cat here is artificial. It's made of stone, or it's made of plastic. So it's a dead thing. It's not a real cat. So it means she wanted a baby, a real cat, a real baby, a real cat, a real baby. She did not the cat, and now the Padrone, the hotel keeper, is only a hotel. He's a stranger. He's a stranger. Artificially could be another husband. If she divorces George, maybe a man like him could be a husband, and so on. So the symbolism and the shock the husband here is looking when he said, the padrone asked me to bring this for the signora. Do you think George will be shocked and will change his mind and will be a different man? Do you think George here will be jealous?
I don't think so.
Really?
I think he will get angry because at the end, eventually he is a man. So the jealous will make him do something. I think so.
Yeah.
I think he will keep reading.
Sorry?
I think he will keep reading and never get a mind for this.
Oh, no. He's going, I don't know. Why do you see it in a dark way? Do you think George will not move? George will not wake up from his crazy manners?
No, but the end of the story, it tells us that.
What?
Like the wife's, it suggests to the reader that nothing we desire will get.
No.
That's
I don't
kind of-
agree. I don't agree with you girls, really. I think George will change, totally will change, and he is shocked. He's absolutely surprised, and he will throw his book away. I'm sure George will throw the book out of the window. Do you agree with me, boys?
Mister, because he has a cold blood, all the passage, all the plot of the story. So why can he change at the end? I don't think so.
No, I think the nature of men will he will get
come
angry.
on. Sorry, the
He
nature
will
of
get angry.
men. The nature of men will be angry and that they will not do anything.
No, he will do think the jealous will make him do something.
Yeah, well, yeah. Really, the writer wants us to say. I think Hemingway wants to say that this man has received the shock of his life. That if he really loves his wife, he should throw the book out of the window. And I think George is going to throw the book out of the window. If he's a good man, he will throw the book out of the window and, behave like a real man to his wife. I think so.
I hope so.
I have all the good hopes that George is a real man. Otherwise, the story will be terrible. Otherwise, the story will be a bad story. If George is going to be like this all the time, I think the story is a terrible story. If George is going to stay as he is a bad story, is a bad example. We are people, we are men and women, we are emotional, we have blood, we have, spirits and so on. We are not made of stones. Cats, here the stone cat is only symbolical. When George can give her a real cat, a real baby, come on. Anyway, Hemingway really gave us this last open ending, thing, meaning, yeah, well, explain it the way you like. Yeah, of course. Well, I'm explaining it this way. If you can If you agree with me, no problem. If you don't agree, again, no problem. I can't really, fight with you here, because it's really, it's my feeling that Hemingway, and I think a story or a novel like this, or a short story like this, or any piece like this, should have some positive hopes, I think. Otherwise, it will be meaningless to me. It will be meaningless to me. I think in this way, the marriage will break, definitely. The marriage will break. The marriage definitely will break. Because this wife wants a baby, she wants to be a woman, she wants to have a family, she wants to be a wife with kids and home, etc., etc. If this man does not give her that, she's going to go away. She's going to leave him. The marriage is going to break. The marriage definitely is. George will keep reading. The marriage will be broken, definitely. Tomorrow, our friend here will disappear. I'm sure. I'm sure she will not come back. Really, Hemingway is saying that this man is, if he keeps on reading his book, his wife will disappear. His marriage will be broken. Yes, somebody wants to say something?
Yes, Mr. I agree with you. I think that's the moral of the story is most of the people don't know that they have a valuable thing until someone tries to steal it from them.
Very good, Yanur. Absolutely. Yeah. That's why I said he will get jealous. And that's why he said, Avante means come in. And then he looked like this. What? What do you want? You know, and the maid bring him a cat, saying, ah. So now George will what? Will be completely awake. Completely will be awake and will do something. Yes. Don't you think so? Yeah, I think so. Absolutely. So I think that's it about our story, Cat in the Rain. If you don't have any, oh, I was speaking all this time with my camera off. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not hiding from you. I'm sorry. I didn't see that I stopped my camera. Okay. Any question about the story? Yeah. The next story is Anton Chekhov, The Lottery Ticket. And I think this story is similar, very much similar, really. It's a story about, again, a man and his wife. A man and his wife. Exactly, you know, the same problem. Similar problem, not the same, but similar. Anybody read the story before? The Lottery Ticket? Yeah, anyone? So, yeah, nobody. Okay. Well, the lottery ticket is very simple, really, boys and girls. It's very simple. A wife who bought a lottery ticket. And you know lottery ticket? I think maybe, I don't know if you have, yeah, sometimes this lottery, yeah, you know, today if you go to the city center or do you go to these markets, sometimes they put for you, you know, really lovely cars, for people to you know, when they buy from all these shops, you know, they say to you, if you get the receipt, you go to them and they stamp the receipt and they take your phone number, and maybe they will say there will be a draw, and then maybe you will win this car. Well, this is lottery. Really, this is lottery. Okay? In many countries, in Syria, for example, in many countries, they sell you the ticket. They sell you the ticket. And then the money collected from the price of these tickets, you know, they will give the winner maybe, I don't know how many, could be about, let's say, 20% or 30% of the money collected. And really, in many countries, we say this is really haram and this is really like riba. Because how, when you get the money, it's the money of other people who paid it. And actually, the organizers are the ones who get more, you know, more of the money. You think that you are buying a ticket for, let's say, 2 riyals, and they will give the price for 1,000 riyal or for 5,000 riyals, for example. But the price of the tickets will be 20,000, for example. So the organization is getting 20,000, but they are giving the price, or the price, really the full price will be 5,000, and maybe another 5 as other smaller prizes. So they will give away 10,000 and the organization will get 10. So the organization is the winning all the time, and they are spending nothing. So really, that's why we say legally, this is really haram, because how you, anyway, that's something, maybe we talk about it for a long time. In many countries, they do this. We have this in Syria today, and we have this for many years, and I don't like it. You know, people sometimes hope that they will buy, and they will buy and buy and buy. They spend their lives buying tickets and they never win. It's crazy. Really, it's crazy. And in many countries, people even bet. You know, they bet on horses, especially they bet on football, they bet in tennis, they bet on winners. They will say, they will bet on a horse. They say, I will bet that this horse will win. And this betting really here again is again, I don't know. You understand? Maybe if you have here, you have races here? Do you do this on camel races or horse races or what? I know in Saudi they do it on camel races. Sometimes they have these camel races and people pay money for this. You understand? So the story here is about that. A woman bought a ticket and she asked her husband to check in the newspaper if her number is a winner, if her number, you know, won the prize. And the husband normally is, you know, an easygoing man. He doesn't care about tickets. He really doesn't care about lottery. But he was reading the newspaper and his wife said, check for me if my number has won. And the story is about the idea that they have won. And they start to think, if we have really, if we, you know, if we really won, what are we going, for example, to do? And the dreams about winning and the dreams of doing, if we win, what we are going to do. Okay? Like today, if I asked you, if like somebody would ask you, now if you won, like, let's say, 100,000 or 200,000, I don't know, 200,000 riyals, what would you do? Will you come to class tomorrow? Huh? Sumaya?
Yes, doctor.
If you want 2,000, 200,000, 200,000 riyals, will you come to class tomorrow or next week?
Of course I will come.
Really? But you are a rich woman now.
I am a rich woman, but I need education. What that money do for me? Like my parents won't let me actually.
Yeah. Boys, will you go and start a business with this money instead of finishing SQ at SQ studies? Ahmed, will you go and have a business instead of finishing studying if you have really, really big money? Ahmed, I have two Ahmeds here. Hello, boys. My boys are already.
Yeah, here, Mister.
Where are you?
We are
Yeah?
attended.
Yeah. Would you go for and do something else instead of finishing studying?
Maybe. Maybe because a business may fall and may succeed.
Yeah. 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 So really, this is the idea, if you like, here, that the dreaming about winning and the dreaming of what you're going to do with this money. The story is about that, really. It's about daydreaming. It's about daydreaming. How much really you are a dreamer. And really, this is the story, if you like, briefly. But before that, I want to check, because the system here. I want to check my attendance. Okay, I'll read the names, and please, Muhammad, you have just answered, correct? Muhammad, you are here. Suha? Please say yes when you...
Yes, doctor, I'm here.
Muhammad.
Yeah, Muhammad.
Yeah. Suha? I haven't seen her name today. She's absent. Suad? Sorry, not Suad. Saud Hmayed. Sorry, Saud. Saud. Ahmed Khalfan, I think. Ahmed Khalfan here?
Here, doctor.
Ahmed Salim?
Yes, doctor.
Marwa?
Yes, doctor.
Buthaina?
Yes, doctor.
Haneen?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, Noor, I think she spoke to me. Abdullah? Abdullah also spoke to me, yes. Razan?
Yes, doctor.
Sumaya, I think also she spoke. Idris? Yeah, Idris?
Yes, doctor.
Okay. So we have two guys here, Suha and Saud. Okay, okay. Right, so the story really is quite simple when we compare the man and his absolute, change, because the whole story is about how the husband was shocked, or how he terribly changed, how terribly behaved, how amazingly is shocking about the whole idea of winning, the prospects of winning. Notice Ivan Dimitrich, his name. Ivan, I'm reading the name because some people say Ivan. I'm reading it the way I think it's in Russian, because Chekhov is a Russian, absolutely lovely Russian short story writer and dramatist. Anton Chekhov is an amazing, as you can see here, really he did not live long, only 44 years. Anton Chekhov was a great writer, really. He, as you can see, he was living towards the end of the 19th century. At the same time, like when Dostoevsky was writing, Chekhov was an amazing dramatist. His best play is called The Cherry Orchard. The Cherry Orchard. Or some in Arabic it's translated Bistan al-Karaz, Bistan al-Karaz, the Cherry Orchard. Really, it's a lovely play, and many other plays. Really, I wanted to keep this as an introduction, but I did not, because this is part of my book already. I said I changed this only for you. So in Russian they say Ivan. The pronunciation is maybe different in English. Some English people say, well, English people say Ivan. English people, I think they say Ivan. Anyway, Dimitrich, again, and Dmitrich, again, and in English is not, in English, we don't have D and like that. There must be a consonant, any vowel, sorry. We can't have D and M, or M and D. We can't have D or M. So that's why you say Dimitrich, but in Russian, this is okay. Anyway, I say it, I pronounce it as Dimitrich. Ivan Dimitrich, a middle-class man who lived with his family on an income of 1,200 a year and was very well satisfied with his lot, sat down on the sofa after supper and began reading the newspaper. So you can see here the narrator telling us in a straightforward manner, a third-person narrator telling us directly the story of this man, in a very direct way. A simple, nice man, well satisfied. Notice, well satisfied, happy. He has a salary only 1,200 a year, means 100 a month, and he's happy with his lot. Notice here, with his lot, really means with his destiny, with his fate, with his luck, with his life. He's happy with his life. He is satisfied, no problem. And notice, sat down on the sofa after supper and began reading the newspaper. So like any easy, straightforward, simple, nice man, had his dinner and he's relaxed and he wanted to read his newspaper, and his wife is next to him doing his, or doing some housework after the dinner. Because here after, we can see when he said that after his supper, which is, the last meal that you people take maybe in the evening. And the wife said, I forgot to look at the newspaper today, his wife said to him as she cleared the table. Look and see whether the list of drawings is there. So the wife, after finishing eating, the wife started to wipe the table and she said, oh, oh, I did not look at the newspaper today and see if I won the ticket. Could you check for me, because now you have opened the newspaper? Okay, so it's a really easy, nice, friendly, happy atmosphere. Okay, you can see everything is fine and relaxed. And the husband said, yes, it is, said Ivan Dimitrich. But hasn't your ticket lapsed? Lapsed means the time, you know, because the time, a ticket, the period of the ticket, the official period is only maybe a week or maybe 2 weeks, I don't know, but it depends. A week, normally in Syria, every week, mashallah, every week. So here he's saying maybe your ticket has gone, you know, the time of it is lapsed, is now finished. And he's saying, hasn't it finished? No, I took the interest on Tuesday. What's the number? And she gave him the number. She said, series 9499, number 26. So notice here, the number is, you know, two parts. You have the series number and then the ticket number. The series number and the ticket number. So you have 6 digits here. 9499 and number 26. So six digits. And then he said, all right, we will look. 9499 and 26. 9499 and 26. Ivan Dimitrich had no faith in lottery luck. You know, he's like me. He doesn't believe in lottery. You know, he doesn't believe in it. He said he had no faith. He doesn't care, and would not, as a rule, have consented to look at the lists of winning numbers. So normally he never reads the numbers because he doesn't buy them anyway. So normally he never cares about that. But now, as he had nothing else to do, and as the newspaper was before him or before his eyes, he passed his finger downwards along the column of numbers. So he started to look. And immediately, as though in mockery of his skepticism, no further than the second line from the top, his eye was caught by the figure 9499. So because he's so careless, and by chance, of course, and in a funny way, the number immediately appeared to him, 9499. Unable to believe his eyes, he hurriedly dropped the paper on his knees without looking to see the number of the ticket. And just as though someone had given him a douche of cold water, he felt an agreeable chill in the pit of his stomach, tingling and terrible and sweet. Look at this, the narrator here, really in a very funny way. You know, immediately when he saw the first part of the number, which is the first 4 digits, 9499, and notice the narrator commenting on him as if he was absolutely in shock and in terrible amazement that, my God, you know, my wife has won. Unable to believe his eyes, he dropped the paper on his knees, and he was, as you can see here, as if somebody gave him a douche of cold water, as if to be completely shocked and surprised. You know, what's this? He felt an agreeable chill in the pit of the stomach, as if to see, you know, all his body and emotions were absolutely agitated, again tingling and trembling, and, you know, as if to say sweet, as if the whole thing is so lovely. Masha, 9499 is there, he said in a hollow voice. You know, this is the way I said it, hollow voice. Masha! You know, this is my hollow. Masha! You know, absolutely surprised. His wife looked at his astonished and panic-stricken face and realized that he was not joking. You know, his wife looked at him and said, oh my God, he seems to be really serious. Notice here, panic-stricken face means absolutely shocked. And she thought, yeah, he's not surprised, he's not joking. 9499, 9499, she asked, turning pale and dropping the folded tablecloth on the table. You know, again, she was absolutely shocked and surprised, and she was wiping the table, and then she dropped the tablecloth and was again flabbergasted, as we say, absolutely shocked. Yes, yes, it's really, it really is there. Yes, yes, it really is there. And the number of the ticket? Oh, yes, there is the number of the ticket too. But stay, wait. No, stay. I say anyway. The number of our series is there anyway. You understand? You know, she's asking him, read the full number. And is the other number is there? He said, yes, it's there. But did he see it? Did he see it? No, he did not. But he's just saying, yes, no, yeah, no, yes, it's there. Looking at his wife, Ivan Dimitrich gave a broad, senseless smile. Like a baby when a bright object is shown it. You know, how do you maybe when you say a senseless smile, how do you translate? Yeah? How do you translate it in Arabic? Yeah?
That's kind of difficult.
Notice, a senseless smile like a baby, he said.
Smile without meaning.
Yeah, in Arabic?
ابتسامة بدون معنى.
But do you say it like this if you say to somebody next to you, ما هذه الابتسامة بدون معنى, or how do you say it? شو هال
باهتة ابتسام باهتة maybe.
ابتسامة باهتة? Is that what you said? باهتة.
ابتسامة صفراء.
Who's this?
Me, Buthaina.
Yeah, Buthaina, you are my girl. Yeah, well, really, Safra, yeah, Ibtisama Safra. Yeah, we say that, isn't it? Yeah, it's funny. We don't say Ibtisama Khadra or Ibtisama Hamra or Ibtisama Bayda. We only say Ibtisama Safra, isn't it?
Actually, this is the first time that I hear this word.
Really, يا حنين? يا حنين. يا شباب.
Me too.
والله. Oh, come on.
When scared, we say why your face is ليش يعني مشحب وجهك؟ ليش مصفر وجهك؟ إذا هو خايف يعني.
Yeah.
But not in my.
No, we say ابتسامة صفراء really in Arabic, very much so. No, شو هالضحكة الصفراء يا شيخ؟ يا زلمة ايش فيك انت؟ شو هالضحكة الصفراء هاي؟ Really, we say this. Yeah, we say it in Syria. I don't know. That's why I asked you if you say it here in Oman. Yeah, it's funny. So really here, as if to say he's absolutely, when we say safra, because really it's shocking and it's surprising and maybe it's anger and maybe it's jealousy and maybe it's so wicked and maybe so bad and maybe so negative, you know, that's why we say safra, mean maybe you're not happy, isn't it? You know, so here really the sentence says, you know, a senseless smile. You know, like a baby when a bright object. Here again, when you say when a bright object is shown, يعني here we say ابتسامة بريئة could be. ابتسامة بريئة, really, because babies can't be wicked. Babies are not wicked, are not, you know, terrible or negative. So here it means, could mean safra and at the same time really innocent. His wife smiled too. It was as pleasant to her as to him that he only mentioned the series and not try to find out the number of the winning ticket. So both of them were happy to know the number, the first section of the number, and they were happy to imagine that they have won for a little while. So notice the narrator said, to torment and tantalize oneself with hopes of possible fortune is so sweet, so thrilling. So notice again the word to torment and tantalize oneself. So really here we say again, when you really tease someone, to please someone only for a little while, and that's why we say tormenting or tantalizing. And we say tantalize, I like the word in English, tanta, like in Arabic we say dagdaga, really the same, yudagdigu. Do you know the word in Arabic, dagdaga?
Yes.
Yeah, look at the English where you say tantalize, the same rhyme, the same line maybe, dagdaga tantala, isn't it? Anyway, so here the narrator is saying maybe it's nice to, you know, to tantalize yourself for a little while, to think that you have won. So this tantalizing is sweet, and this teasing is maybe sweet and maybe, you know, good for a little while, but not too much. And I think I'll stop here, boys and girls. And that's it for today. I will continue next time. Thank you for being nice, nice audience, nice people, nice